There have been some questions about how to work with Google Sites in terms of the iPad wiki that I had set up. Over the last couple of days, I've been adding email addresses to the list in terms of editing. So if yours reacts a little bit differently than what I'm looking at here, you want to get a hold of me pretty quickly so that we can make sure that you're on the edit list. What you see in front of you is my Gmail account, and I'm basically just going to go up here to the links and go ahead and click on Sites. A web page pops up and gives me the sites that I have access to through the bridgtonacademy.org domain. So obviously I've got a couple more than you do. I've got my multimedia site here that I was working on. This is the one you want, Bridgton Academy iPad Wiki. If you don't see the page that looks like this, that's kind of giving you the clue that you're not on that list. And if you don't have at least the Bridgton Academy iPad Wiki on this page, definitely get a hold of me and I can pop your email address on that list. So I go ahead and I click on it, and this is the wiki. And the difference between a wiki and a blog is a blog just allows you to post things to the blog. A wiki gives you more control over pretty much the whole site. So this is kind of like, it's kind of a lab in essence. This is a whole website that all the staff has access to add pages and add posts if they want. What you're going to notice across the top is all your subject matter tabs. There is this tutorials page where I'm going to post a bunch of iPad tutorials. I've already got a couple up here. In the coming months, I'm going to start loading up a ton of these tutorials for both staff and students. So this might be a page you want to kind of highlight and come back to as a great resource. We have the general resources page, which I started with mostly Pete's resources in terms of where we can get digital books and that kind of thing. If you notice, we also have another couple of pages under general resources. These are pages that Fletcher Carr had popped up that have some resources as well. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of differences here. You've got, if I go to the math section, you'll notice it says new post. This is all of these subject matter pages are posted in what's called an announcement format. So let's say I want to create a post here on the math post and on the math page, and I'm going to title the post my first iPad math posts, and then I go in here and I'll type in, here is helpful notes for the math department. Helpful notes for the math department. So once I got my post looking the way I like it, I just go ahead and I click on the save button here in the top right corner. And there's my post. The thing I like about announcement pages is it tells everybody who posted it. So that's a good thing. If I go over to the general resources and I go to these pages, I know that Fletcher created those, but it doesn't necessarily tell you who created the page. It'll tell me because I'm an admin on another screen, but you won't see it just from the post. So you'll notice that the English page is just like that. The science page is just like that. So we can run these posts all the way through. Oh, hey, look at this. This would be Travis Doobie's post. Thank you, Travis, for posting the social science. He's actually got a link up in there. Good for him. So if I go back to the math post, you will see my posting in here too as well. All right, let's talk about that's the post, how we do post on announcement pages. What I would like to cover too as well is creating an actual page yourself. So if you've got a body of material that's huge in nature or big in nature, more than just a quick link or a quick post to something, you probably want to create a subpage of this. And I would encourage you to do it under the General Resources tab. So I'm going to go to the General Resources tab, and I'm going to come up here to the menu, and you'll notice I can edit this page. If I go ahead and click Edit, the General Resources page will come up, and I have full ability to edit. And you'll notice all the edit tools for the WYSIWYG are all up here. Very similar to Word. I won't go through these. You should know kind of what each of these does. Tables and layouts, don't worry about formats. That's just the edit piece real quick, and you can mess around with that if you'd like. Don't worry, I fully believe and I fully understand that I might have to come in and fix some of these pages. Giving everybody edit power is a little scary. I'm rolling the dice a little bit and counting on you all to keep the pages clean and to keep good information flowing, but I'm sure I'll have to come back to this at some point. So if something happens to a page that you've been editing and it's not working out for you, just give me a shout and I'll see if I can come in and fix that up. But let's say you want to create your own page. You get enough information to create your own page. I'm going to go over here to the New Page button. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And it basically is, the dialogue is saying, what do you want to name the page? So I'm going to call it iPad, I don't know, let's say research resources. Something like that. Select a template to use. Go ahead and stick with web page, and you'll notice the other pieces that I've listed here, the announcement idea that I used for the subject matter pages. Start page, don't worry about it, and then there's a template in here that I just haven't deleted yet. So keep it at web page though. And the option here is to either put it at the top level, and what that basically means is that page is going to go right up there with the math, English, social studies. So that's not a good thing. I want everybody who creates a page, I want you to kind of fit it in under another page. So this particular one, we're going to put in under general resources, and I go ahead and I say create. And here's my page. And now it pushes me right into edit mode, and I can start typing here is the content for this page. And this box, although it looks small on the screen, you can add whatever you want to add to it, and that's basically your page. I go ahead and I click save, and it creates the page. Tricky piece, and this is kind of why I did this video. Everything's pretty straightforward to this point, but if I go back to the math section and I say, okay, I want to go back to that page I just created. Look over here on general resources. It's not listed in the general resources nav panel on the right. I go over to the menu, the main menu, and it's not listed underneath the general resources main menu. And that's because you created the page, but you didn't update the menu structures to reflect the link to that page. So this is the tricky step. I'm going to go over to where it says more, and I'm going to slide down to manage site. And this is kind of the brains of the outfit. You can change colors and fonts. This is stuff that I've already messed with down here. But if you go to the site layout piece, you're going to see here's this horizontal navigation bar and the sidebar, and they both have edit buttons on them. So let's do the sidebar first. I'm going to click on edit, and I'm going to say I want to add a page. And you'll get this dialog box, and you'll see there's a plus next to general resources, and there is my iPad research resources. So I go ahead and I click on that, and I say I want to add that page to the navigation structure. I scroll down. You'll notice that iPad research resources is bold, and the tabbing is way over to the left. That basically means right now it's a top level. I don't want it to be a top level, so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to hit the right arrow. You'll notice very helpful tech links and blogs worth a look are both tabbed in over here. So that's what I want. I want to tab this one in so that iPad research resources comes under the general resources tab. And you always want to put it on the sitemap. That's good. That's a good thing to do, so it keeps a running track of what pages there are. So I go ahead and click OK. I just did the sidebar, and I'm going to do the same thing for the horizontal nav. I'm going to add a page. Going into general resources, iPad research resources, and I click OK there. And you're going to notice the same thing with the tabbing idea. It's going to be over to the left. I'm just going to real quickly click on the right arrow, pushes it over to the right underneath as a sub-menu of the general resources. Go ahead and click OK. And then one more click on the save. Changes were saved. Let's see what happens now. All right, immediately I know the navigation sidebar has now included iPad research resources. Let me check the main menu, and there it is right there, iPad research resources. Click on either of those two links, and you come up to the page that I just created. Hopefully that'll help. This wiki will definitely grow. Similar to Wikipedia, this is exactly what it is. Everybody has power to edit these things, so I will continue to post tutorials. If you go to the sitemap, you can actually see all of the pages in their entirety, including the new page I just made under the general resources. You'll see Math's got a post, and you'll see Social Science has a post, and that was Travis's post right there. So hopefully that gives you a good beginning start to using this wiki. I'm hoping it's going to become a great resource for both us as teachers, as students, and as well tell our story about this interesting journey we're about to embark on in terms of the iPad project. Talk to you in a bit.